Hey, what's up everybody? Marcello here from Gamers Xtreme, and today's episode of Retro Revisit, as voted by the majority, is for PN3. Now, this was one of the Capcom 5 exclusive games to release on the GameCube, part of that GameCube exclusivity deal. So, let's check it out. Let's see.
PN3.
Now, this is a game that Shinji Mikami did direct. He was behind this game at the same time while being at the helm of Resident Evil 4. And at the time, the game was supposed to be a much more ambitious project. It was supposed to be something much more stylish, more responsive. It was not well received critically, and I don't think it did very well sales-wise either. But over the years, there's been a few people that have brought the game back up. I've noticed that some people still have kind of like a little bit of a cult following for this title. Much like the GameCube console itself. It seems to be more of a console that people talk about more nowadays in terms of the games it had and certain things that a lot of people panned back in the day when it was going up against the PS2 and the original Xbox. So you play as Vanessa Schneider, I believe her last name is. And there's not a whole lot of story, I'll be honest. Basically, you just kind of go into the game and just blast crap out of the sky. Just a lot of these robots, these mechs coming after you, just take them down. Vanessa is somewhat of a dancer, so you'll notice that like she's always like moving her head to the beat of the music and her leg, her arm. So, very minimal with the storytelling, barely any voice acting. I think Vanessa has a total of like maybe 5 or 6 lines in the entire game, and it's not until basically the end of the game. Otherwise, the story is told all through text. And again, this is one of those things where it definitely showcases that the game might have been rushed out a little bit quicker than it intended to be. So let's skip this. Let's just get right to it. So PN3, it was one of those games I remember always having interest in, mainly because, the original trailer I remember seeing had like this really kick-ass soundtrack. I was always been a big fan of techno music. So hearing the music in here in the trailer, I'm like, oh wow, it sounds really cool. And hearing that Shinji Mikami behind it, I'm like, oh, well, how can you go wrong? And I mean, again, it wasn't a stellar game by any means, but I remember picking it up for like $20, and I mean, for me, it was worth it back then. I definitely got a lot of playtime out of this. I must have played through it at least like 7 or 8 times. Okay, let's see. Trying to remember the controls here. Not that button. And the game is very combo-centric. It's all about trying to maintain a combo in each area. Just trying to remember how to change target. It's the X button. So the game does have tank controls, that's for sure. That's just not working out for me. Let me do moving. There we go. So each level is it's basically just a room-based game. You go into a room, blast enemies, advance, and that's all you do throughout the whole game. But again, the point was to make it a kind of a skill-based game. They wanted you to get ranked based on your how well you can do in each room. Can you maintain a combo? Can you try not to get hit? And then get ranked at the end. Yeah, so you like... Health there. Health here. So it'll come back to me a little bit with the controls. Sweet. Where is the exit here? So there's no map either. You're just basically taking a guess as to which rooms to go into. Sometimes there might be branching paths where you might find other rooms to go to. You might pick up health or your special ability meter that you can fill up, which you'll notice above my green health bars that there's like beige meter, so you can do special moves. I'm trying to remember how to do them. I remember there were certain input, and I believe they were based on the suit you wore as well. Right now, this is kind of like the starter suit. So there should be a certain like upgrade area where I can actually change the suit. Because I don't think I could do it here. Yeah. So you could do a certain special ability by pushing a certain input. Let's try it here. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, and certain rooms are blocked until you've defeated all the enemies. They'll be blocked by a force field. But not every room, so... And here's the thing with this game, too. It's not a very long game, either. First playthrough takes maybe 2 to 3 hours, maybe. If you go fully upgraded, you can blast through the game in, like, just over an hour. I think if you saw earlier in my load file, it showed that it was like an hour and 10 minutes for me to get through from beginning to end. Okay, those things can do some serious damage there. So it's not like this amazing game by any means, but the thing is, this is actually one of those games I wouldn't mind an HD re-release of. Alright, let's see. Change suits. There we go. Let's go with the Blackbird suit. It's fully upgraded. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's a fully automatic suit as well. Yeah, oh yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun here. Boom! Oh yeah, this is gonna be a lot more fun. Jesus, I can't even see this one. There we go. This is definitely also one of those games that it's definitely more enjoyable as you upgrade. So as you progress through the game the first couple times, you're getting these suits, you're powering them up. By the time you get the Blackbird suit and you fully upgrade this, it's basically just... you can basically try to attempt speed runs of the game. Alright, boss time. Ah, man. That's not even, that's just not even fun doing it that way. Alright, destroyer rank. Not too bad. Alright. So the other thing, too, is in between missions, that's your save point, basically. You can either advance to the next mission, or you can do trial missions where, again, earlier in the game, if you feel a need to get more points to upgrade your suits further, trial missions are kind of another way of just going about doing side missions, more or less more wave-based, going through rooms, try to get more points. And this comes in handy if you feel that like one of the missions you're up to might be just a little too difficult for you, if you feel like your suit's just not strong enough. But that's also dependent on the difficulty you play on, so. Alright, so let's see. Only 11 rooms in this level. This is blocked by force field, so there should be another enemy around here. I heard someone spawn. And the other thing too is the game's environments. There's just not a whole lot to look forward to. It's just kind of bland, futuristic room corridors. It's almost like they created like a set, like, how do I put it? It's almost like they have a set of rooms that they all designed, and then when it really just came to the level design, it was just like, all right, let's just connect this one room that we created here, this one room we created there, and we'll call that a level. And then like the next level, they'll like cycle through more like predefined rooms that they've made. Because you just find yourself coming through some of the same corridors over and over again throughout the entire game. And if you stand too close to an enemy, you'll hear that like ticking sound, and they're going to self-destruct near you, causing some serious damage if you don't evade. Remembering now, again, she's a dancer, so she's kind of like into the whole having her body move to the combat, especially with her ass shaking around like that. I'm sure there'd be a lot of people offended by that nowadays, but, well, tough shit. Frankly, I'm okay with it. I'd be the one to fill it up. There we go. Let's see what else this was. I think it's just these two turrets over here. Seriously, if you have this suit fully upgraded, you really can blast through everything in no time. Yeah, professional, I'm pretty sure, is the highest rank you can get in a level. Now, this level had a really kick-ass song. I remember this is the song they had for the trailer that I saw, and right from the music alone, I'm like, okay, this is definitely the kind of game I'm gonna have to pick up. Shot. is one of those rooms I do have to clear out. Damn. Where is this guy? Damn it. Here we go. Sorry about that. if you watched my last episode of Retro Revisit when I covered SSX3, I did mention that my GameCube was kind of on the fritz, so the disc read, there's usually like a disc read error, sometimes loses it. Luckily, it did not lose any progress. I was able to just open the hatch, close it, and I was able to read it again, so sorry about that. Good thing I'm not doing a speed run of this right now, because that would have totally screwed with my time. If I had my regular suit, I think I'd be dead on that one. Pretty sure that if you're not upgraded, those are instant kills. Boss time. Time for me to kill the boss in a single hit. Even doing it this way, it's pretty fast, but yeah, let's do it the old-fashioned way without the super ability. Destroyer. Okay. So that's a little bit of PN3. This was basically like the first quarter of the game, to be honest with you. I believe it was only, was it maybe 12 levels, if even? I want to say it was anywhere between 10 and 12 levels total. So you can see why I said the game can be blasted through pretty quickly. Naturally, if you're playing your first playthrough without the upgraded suits, much like how when I started the game with the original suit, there was more of a challenge to it where you don't have the automatic laser ability or any of your special abilities that are as powerful to kill things, especially bosses, in a single hit. But yeah, like I said, the game is wasn't anything great back in the day, but today, honestly, like revisiting this, I did enjoy it a lot back then because I got it for a decent price, and the more you played it, the better it got. So revisiting it now, yeah, this is a game I'd actually love to see an HD remaster. And let's face it, it's Capcom. They've been remastering things left and right this entire generation, so I wouldn't put it past us if we see a PN3 remaster, Beautiful Joe remaster, which will be another episode for sure. That's been a very highly requested game to get an HD remaster. If you look it up, I mean, if you're a GameCube collector, PN3, right now you can still get it for about like $20 to $25 on eBay. Kind of one of the more medium-priced games out there if you're going to get it. So if you're going to get that for your collection, I would probably recommend doing it now rather than later, because I can actually see this game kind of going up in price over the years due to the fact that it really didn't sell very well. So anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button down below. If you ever played PN3 or have any questions about the game, definitely feel free to comment as well. I'd be more than happy to engage in any conversation about PN3. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. The more subscribers we've got, the more content we got for all you great viewers out there. And as always, everyone, game on.